Archangel Michael says, the message reaching you tonight cannot be ignored. Shadows are moving, whispers are getting louder, and someone's fate is sealed in the silence you carry. This is not just a story. It is a warning written across your soul. The night feels colder than usual, not because of the air, but because of the heaviness hanging around you. A destiny you didn't choose has been forced into your path, and it is tied to a death that should not have been yours to carry. Still, heaven has seen what you didn't. The name has already been written on the invisible scroll of fate. You can almost feel it pressing on your chest, like someone close is gasping for their last breath while you remain unaware. But tonight the veil is lifting. Someone is about to die because of your silence, because of your absence, or because of a secret you are still not ready to confront. Their heartbeat is slowing in hidden places, and their tears have already reached heaven. The angels have gathered, waiting for you to awaken before it is too late. Type Amen to get blessing. 333. Their voice is trembling, calling your name even though you cannot hear it. They are reaching out in dreams, hoping the echo reaches your heart. Their soul is burning with fear that you will never know the truth before their body lies still. This is not coincidence, not an accident of time. Everything that has happened in the last few days was a signal. Someone moving differently around you. Someone avoiding eye contact. Someone smiling too quickly. Every moment was part of the unfolding story. Archangel Michael says you must open your eyes before midnight strikes. The energy is already shifting in your home, in your family, in your closest circles. If you miss this sign, you may never forgive yourself. Your footsteps feel heavier, as if the ground itself is warning you. The candles of destiny are flickering, threatening to go dark. And the person whose life is on the edge, lives closer than you think. Type Amen to get blessing. For 44, the air around you is shifting like an unseen storm is crawling closer. Every sound feels magnified. The creak of the door, the rustle of fabric, even your own breathing feels like an alarm in the silence. Someone tied to you is fighting their last battle while you remain unaware of the chains binding their fate. Their name has been whispered into the halls of heaven, carried on trembling wings. What they carry is not just pain, but a secret that involves you more than anyone else. And unless the truth is exposed, their life will vanish before the dawn breaks. The signs have been countless but overlooked. A phone call missed. A message ignored. A warning disguised as casual words. What you thought was ordinary was in fact the very clue that was meant to save them. Now the silence is bleeding into your soul, pressing you to notice what you had brushed aside. The death that looms is not random, but a consequence of what you did not confront. And you are standing on the edge of their story. Type Amen to get blessing 555. You may already sense their presence trembling when they enter a room. Their shadow looks heavier. Their smile is shorter. Their words are broken before they even leave their lips. Heaven has been watching the heaviness suffocate them, waiting for the moment you awaken. You are not guilty, but you are chosen. The thread of their destiny is entangled with yours, and your silence has given others the power to plan their fall. If you don't rise now, their last breath will carry your name with it. A secret circle has been formed in hidden corners. Someone jealous, someone envious, someone pretending to be a protector. They are the ones weaving this dark web, and they have already calculated when the final step will take place. Archangel Michael says you must be careful, because once this happens there is no return. The enemy has already set a time, a place, and a plan. But heaven has given you this warning to stop the hands of fate before they close. Type Amen to get blessings. 666. The walls around you know more than you do. Conversations you weren't meant to hear have already been spoken. Names have already been mentioned. And your absence has been their greatest weapon. They are certain you will stay blind until it's too late. But you are no longer blind, because this message has pierced the silence. The angels are lifting the veil, making the invisible visible. And now you can see what has been hidden in plain sight all along. The one whose life is at risk trusted you with pieces of their truth. They left hints in their actions, in their words, in their silences, hoping you would put it together. But you mistook their fear for distance. Time is no longer on your side. Every tick of the clock is a step closer to the final breath they may take. If you do nothing, their heartbeat will stop, and your spirit will never forgive what you failed to do. Type Amen to get blessing 777. If you wish to express your support further, you have the option to give super thanks with contributions of up to $20. The whispers are no longer just in the distance. They are circling closer, weaving around you like smoke. Each passing hour is a countdown, and the air feels heavier, as if the world itself knows what is coming. The one connected to you is trembling under a weight too great to carry alone. Behind locked doors, a truth is written in silence. Someone is keeping them trapped, not with chains, but with fear, manipulation, and secrets. Their life force is being drained by shadows pretending to be allies. You must remember the strange stares, the half-finished sentences, the sudden hush when you entered a room. None of it was random. It was all part of the carefully crafted deception. What you missed was the very key that could have freed them. Now their soul is crying out, their spirit fighting to hold on as enemies push them toward the edge. And every moment you delay makes the path to their survival narrower and darker. This is the crossroad you stand upon. Type Amen to get blessing. 888. The one suffering in silence has already prepared a farewell in their heart. Their eyes hold the reflection of fear even when they try to smile at you. They know what you don't, and their silence is breaking them faster than the danger itself. Those who plotted this have no mercy. Their intentions are sharp like knives waiting in the dark, and they are feeding on jealousy, anger, and betrayal. You were never supposed to know, but heaven has chosen to break their plan wide open. The signs have always been in your home, in your family, in the ones you see daily. A misplaced item, a sudden shift in behavior, a repeated phrase. Each one was a message in disguise. But your eyes are opening now. The angels have gathered around you with urgency. Their wings shield you as they whisper the warning that cannot wait. A soul's life depends on how you respond to this moment. Type Amen to get blessing. 999. The pressure in your chest is not imagination. It is the weight of destiny colliding with choice. Someone is on the brink of collapse and your decision will either save them or seal their ending. Heaven is holding its breath waiting for you to act. The person who walks with you, who sits near you, who pretends to smile, may not survive the night without intervention. Their final hour has been written in shadows, and only divine intervention can tear that page from the book of fate. Their pulse is slowing, but their hope is tied to you. You have noticed how their energy changes when certain people enter the room. That unease is not random. It is their soul warning you of betrayal. Someone close to them wears a mask, smiling while planning their destruction. Your heart already knows the truth. Even if your mind resists it, that tightening, that unease, that sudden wave of fear, it is heaven's way of preparing you for the revelation. The truth is closer than your own breath. Tape Amen to get blessing. 111. The silence is no longer silence. It is a scream disguised in stillness. Their hands tremble when no one is watching and their eyes carry a secret storm that could end everything. You are standing at the edge of their hidden suffering. Every room they walk into feels like a battlefield. They are surrounded by people who appear friendly but carry knives of betrayal behind their backs. Their trust is thinning, their spirit bruised, and the countdown is nearly over. There is a heavy shadow in your family, in your circle, in your path. This shadow has been feeding lies, distorting truths, and spreading poison so quietly that nobody noticed. But heaven noticed, and that is why this warning has been carved into your destiny tonight. Their life is flickering like a candle in a storm. Each gust of betrayal blows harder, threatening to extinguish what little flame they still hold. Their fate now rests on the thin thread tied between your soul and theirs. Type Amen to get blessing. 222. The room where they last cried still carries the echo of their broken heart. Their pillow is soaked with tears that nobody saw, but heaven counted every single drop. They are collapsing inside while pretending to be strong for everyone else. The ones who plot against them are moving faster. They are preparing documents, lies, and traps that will close before sunrise. What they don't realize is that their plan has been exposed to the one chosen to save you. Someone close to you has been smiling too easily. They pretend to protect, but every move they make only tightens the noose. Their words may sound sweet, but their heart is poisoned. Heaven has ripped the mask away and forced you to see what others missed. The truth is in front of you, raw and dangerous. And if you hesitate, a death will be written in your story forever. Type Amen to get blessing 313. You may feel the chill in your bones now because the angels have pressed this truth upon you. They will not allow you to escape the reality of what is unfolding. The life at risk is screaming without sound. And the message is now carved into your spirit. Their final hour is not far. You can feel it in the heaviness of the night, in the way your heart races without explanation. That is not fear. It is heaven shaking you awake before it's too late. The death planned is not natural, not accidental, not random. It is designed by those who envy, hate, and secretly desire destruction. You have been given the power to see before it strikes. Their suffering has tied itself to your purpose. If you walk away, their story ends in shadows. But if you rise, heaven itself will stand with you to break this chain of death. Type Amen to get blessing. For 14, the ground beneath you feels unsteady, as though every step is warning you of something hidden. Their name is written in the silence of the night, echoing like a drum beat of destiny. This is not coincidence. It is the unveiling of truth. The one closest to losing everything is hiding behind fragile smiles. They are carrying secrets so heavy that even heaven bends to witness their pain. Their body may still stand, but their soul is already falling apart. Darkness has surrounded their home, their path, their circle. It crept in slowly, disguised as friendship, clothed as loyalty, but carrying destruction inside. Now it has reached the final stage. The plotters are closer than you think. Their whispers are not far. They are right behind doors, right across the table, right under the same roof. And their patience is running out. Type Amen to get blessing 515. The angels have already circled them trying to hold back the shadows. But the grip of envy and betrayal is cutting deeper every moment. A war is happening in silence and their life is the price. You will notice it in the sudden quiet when you enter a room. You will feel it in the heavy atmosphere that lingers after certain people leave. Those are not random signs. They are confirmations of danger. The hourglass is nearly empty. Sand is slipping away and with it the time to rescue this soul. Each grain that falls is a warning you cannot ignore. Their tears are invisible to many but not to heaven. The angels saw the breakdown, the shaking hands, the desperate prayers whispered into the night. And now they are delivering those cries to you. Type Amen to get blessing. 616. A heavy shadow has been resting on their shoulders. They wake up with fear and sleep with dread, trapped in a cycle of torment designed by those they trusted most. That betrayal is what is dragging them toward their end. Someone has been feeding lies into their ears, poisoning their peace. Every word was a dagger, every whisper a chain. And now they are too weak to fight back alone. The truth is written in their eyes. You have seen it before. Even if you chose to look away, that haunting look was not confusion. It was a silent cry for help. Now the choice rests in your hands. If you stay silent, their fate will collapse. If you rise, their story will be rewritten under the shield of heaven. Type Amen to get blessing 717. They are praying you will notice before the last moment comes. Their lips may not move, but their heart is crying out to you. They believe you are the one chosen to pull them back from the edge. The shadows are counting down, preparing to claim what is not theirs. Their schemes are written in envy, their timing set in malice. They think nothing can stop them. But the message reaching you now is the proof that heaven still stands in the way. The light has broken through the cracks of their darkness. The angels are making sure you are awake. The hour is late but not over. There is still a spark that can be protected, still a life that can be saved. The decision rests in your hands. Type Amen to get blessing. 8:18. The silence in their room is filled with invisible screams. Their heart beats like a drum of fear, echoing against the walls, but no one else is listening. Heaven has forced you to feel it because time is running out. They have been walking like a ghost among the living. Smiles stretched thin across their face. Laughter that dies the moment no one is watching. Eyes that hide more than they reveal. It is the disguise of someone carrying death inside their shadow. Someone you thought was harmless has already played their hand. They poured poison into every corner of their life, waiting for the moment when collapse would look like coincidence. But heaven refuses to let this end unnoticed. Their enemies think victory is certain. They believe the stage is set, the plan is flawless, and the end is sealed. Yet tonight, the chain has been broken by this very warning. Type Amen to get blessing 919. The angels saw how close they came to surrender. They saw the letter they almost wrote, the final call they almost made, the heavy decision they almost carried out. It was interrupted because heaven intervened. Now the truth has been placed in your hands. You are not just a bystander. You are the turning point of this story. If you move now, their life can be saved before the clock strikes the final hour. The shadows hate that you are reading this. They hoped you would stay blind, stay distracted, stay silent. But your awareness is the very thing that destroys their plan. The one who has been targeted cannot see clearly anymore. Their vision is clouded by lies. Their faith weakened by betrayal. Only the intervention of heaven through you can restore what was stolen. Type Amen to get blessing. 2:12. You will feel the urgency pressing against your chest. Now that weight is not fear. It is the pull of destiny. You are being aligned with heaven's will at the exact moment it is needed most. The betrayer has already prepared their mask. They walk freely, smiling as if nothing is wrong, but their intentions are darker than the night itself. Their closeness is the real danger. The signs were always there. The sudden shift in trust, the way their story never matched, the quiet phone calls that ended too quickly. Each piece was part of a puzzle leading to this very moment. And now the puzzle is complete. Heaven does not reveal lightly. When a warning like this reaches you, it is because everything hangs by a thread and that thread is fraying with every passing breath. Type Amen to get blessing 313. They are not just losing their life. They are losing hope. Hope that someone will hear them. Hope that someone will notice. Hope that they won't vanish in silence. Their soul is exhausted from carrying this alone. But you have been chosen to carry the weight they cannot. That is why this message burns inside you now. It is not coincidence. It is divine assignment. The plot against them is built on envy. Someone who smiled at them in daylight is stabbing them in the dark. They are surrounded yet unaware of how close the knife already is. Heaven has held back the hand of death for this moment. The angels have bent the path of time so you could know before it's too late. That is how precious this soul is. Type Amen to get blessing. For 14, their soul is trembling like a candle at the mercy of the wind. The flame flickers, refusing to die. But the storm around them grows stronger with each passing moment. And now heaven has placed you in the center of this storm. The darkness feeding on them is patient but cruel. It wants to erase them quietly without anyone realizing the truth until it's far too late. That is why this message reaches you with such urgency tonight. You may not see the knife, but it is there. Not of steel, but of betrayal, jealousy, and lies. These blades cut deeper than wounds to the flesh. They strike the heart, the soul, the spirit. The time of pretending is over. Masks are slipping. False smiles are cracking and the truth is spilling out in ways no one can deny. Someone is about to pay the price unless you move with heaven's light. Type Amen to get blessing. 5:15. Their dreams are no longer safe. Even in the silence of the night, shadows follow them, pressing weight onto their chest, choking their peace. They awake in fear yet smile to hide it from the world. The betrayal is personal. It is not from strangers or outsiders, but from someone close enough to know their weaknesses, close enough to strike where it hurts most. And that closeness makes the danger more vicious. Every laugh you've heard from them recently was forced. Their silence after long pauses was a cry waiting to be noticed. They are drowning yet pretending to stand strong. But heaven has written their survival into your story. The angels will not let you stay blind. They are pushing you now, shaking you awake so you will not miss this final chance. Type Amen to get blessing 616. The shadows are preparing their final move. They believe victory is already in their hands. But this message is the interruption they never planned for. The power of heaven bends time when it must. That is why you are here. Why your eyes are reading this. Why your heart feels this weight. Destiny has pulled you into alignment with their last hope. The soul about to collapse has left pieces of themselves everywhere. A letter not finished, a gift left behind, a message unsent. These are fragments of their struggle. You will recognize them now. Do not dismiss the heaviness you feel. It is the confirmation that this is real, that the hour is near, that your part in this story cannot be denied. You are chosen for this moment. Type Amen to get blessing 717. The betrayer's mask is cracking. Their movements are too perfect, their words rehearsed, their charm unnatural. Heaven has stripped their disguise, and soon their name will be revealed. The one suffering in silence cannot hold out much longer. Their body is weak, their spirit exhausted, their eyes tired of fighting battles they never asked for. They are ready to surrender unless you intervene. You have been walking among signs. A sudden phone call cut short, a strange glance in your direction, a nervous laugh when you asked a simple thing. All of it was pointing here. Now it is clear. This death was meant to be quiet, unnoticed, written off as fate. But heaven refuses to let such evil prevail. And that is why this revelation is shaking you now. Type Amen to get blessing. 8:18. The air tonight feels heavier than it has in years. It is not just the silence of night, but the silence before something shatters. The one tied to your destiny is standing at the very edge of their story. Their hands have already shaken when they thought no one was watching. Their voice has already broken mid-sentence, even when they tried to cover it with laughter. These are the signs that heaven never ignores. The shadows circling them are merciless. They feed on fear. They drink despair. They enjoy watching hope collapse. And right now they are closer than ever. The betrayer moves quietly, wearing the same smile they always did. But the smile is cracked now, and the lies are slipping from their lips. Their time of hiding is nearly finished. Type Amen to get blessing 919. Your spirit can already feel it. That tightening in your chest, that sudden rush of unease, that heaviness you cannot explain. Heaven is pressing the truth onto you. They want you to act before silence steals a soul. Their name is being whispered in places unseen. The angels speak it in sorrow, but also in urgency because their hourglass is nearly empty. Every grain of sand is another heartbeat slipping away. The one suffering has carried too much for too long. They are strong, but strength has limits and theirs is breaking now. If no one intervenes, they will surrender to the weight crushing them. The enemy thinks this will go unnoticed. They believe the shadows are too thick, the lies too convincing, the mask too perfect. But heaven always breaks what man thinks is unbreakable. Type Amen to get blessing 1. You are not here by accident. This message found you because heaven wrote it into your timeline. You are the one chosen to intercept this ending. The pain written in their silence is more dangerous than any weapon. Because when hope dies inside a soul, the body soon follows. And heaven refuses to let that happen to them. The signs around you will become clearer. Now the strange coldness when you walk into a room, the unfinished words, the uneasy glances, all of it is tied to this very revelation. The plot against them has been carefully crafted. Lies in whispers, traps in shadows, and betrayal wrapped in smiles. But every plan of darkness is destroyed the moment heaven reveals it. Type Amen to get blessing. 111. Their spirit is crying for release. Every prayer they whispered in the dark is echoing louder tonight, and you have been given the chance to answer it. This is not coincidence. It is a divine rescue. The betrayer will not expect your awakening. They think you are blind, too distracted to notice, too distant to care. But you are more awake now than ever before. You will recognize the trembling soon. Their words will falter. Their movements will reveal the truth. Their shadow will carry the weight of guilt. Heaven will make sure nothing is hidden anymore. The person meant to fall will rise again if you choose to step into your calling. Their life does not have to end tonight. Heaven has given you the power to rewrite this story. Type Amen to get blessing.